how you doing everyone? Scott here, and I'm going to be doing an album ranking video for DIO. The last time I did one of these was about 9 months ago when I first started my channel, and that was for Iron Maiden. I finally have all of DIO's studio releases on CD, so there's not going to be any greatest hits, EPs, live albums, none of that, just studio releases. He's released 10 albums, so I'm going to go from 10 to 1, worst to first. So, at number 10, 1996's Angry Machines. Now, I like all DIO's albums. This is a good album, but you'll see as you get to the higher end that there's amazing albums. So this is just good. The one thing that really annoys me about this album is it's quite linear. The tempo doesn't really seem to change at all through the album. It just kind of chugs on all the way through, and there's no standout tracks on this for me at all, so this had to come in at number 10. Number 9 is going to be Sacred Heart. Now first off, I really don't like the artwork. If you compare it to DIO's other albums, the artwork's really average. Music wise, 3 great tracks on this that are Sacred Heart, Rock and Roll Children and Hungry for Heaven, but the rest not great. I mean, again, I can listen to it through, but it's quite average, so that is number 9. Number 8 is going to be the concept album Magica. Now this is a really good album. I love the guitars on this, and the songwriting's amazing, and DIO does tell a great story. It's good versus evil, which a lot of his stuff is about, but yeah, they're just really a good solid set of songs. The standout track on this for me is Fever Dreams, which a lot of people will be familiar with, so that is Magica, number 8. Number 7, shock for some, Holy Diver. I know, you're all shouting at me now, but when I listen to this album through, there's 2 songs that I really like, a lot of songs that are just good, and there's 1 song that I hate. The songs I love are obviously Holy Diver, absolutely classic. Stand Up and Shout, love that song. The rest are average, apart from Rainbow in the Dark, which I just hate. I can't stand that song. I actually put this album on my iPod and skipped that track. I didn't put that track on it because it just annoys me, and I knew I'd just skip it. The keyboards in that song just annoy the hell out of me, so I think it really drags the album down. And I know people are going to be going, how can you put Holy Diver at number 7, but that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. When it comes to the other 10 albums, that's where it has to go. So DIO, Holy Diver. Next up is going to be DIO's last release, Master of the Moon. Now first off, I love the album cover. I love the colours that are used, and I love the picture with the demon holding the moon in his claws. It's just awesome, and it's just got a really, again, just solid songs on it. Standout ones for me are opening track, One More for the Road, title track, Master of the Moon, Shivers, The Eyes, Living the Lie. Just some really great tracks. And I know there's a lot of people who only kind of focus on the 80s DIO, but you really need to get into the post 80s stuff because it's really solid. So that is Master of the Moon. Now into the top 5. We have 1993's Strange Highways. Now this was kind of off the back of DIO recording Dehumanizer with Black Sabbath, which kind of reflects in this album, because I'm sure a lot got left on the cutting room floor, and DIO's basically picked it up and used some of it because it does have that kind of Sabbath kind of feel, really heavy, doomy guitar riffs, and I'd probably say it's his heaviest album, and it's awesome. The riffs in it are just great, and if you like Black Sabbath, you should check this album out if you haven't already. So that's Strange Highways, number 5. coming in at number 4 is 2002's Killing the Dragon. Now this is an album that took a while to get into. I'm sure it took 2 or 3, maybe 4 listens before I really got what was going on with this album. But once I did get what was going on, I really loved it. And still really love it, obviously, because it's my number 4. Again, just a solid set of songs, and that's obviously what you want from a DIO album, and it's just what you'd expect from DIO. So that is number 4, Killing the Dragon. Into the top 3. Number 3 is going to be Dream Evil. Just a fantastic album. Songs on this like Night People, Dream Evil, All the Fools Sailed Away, which is one of my favourite DIO songs, Naked in the Rain, I Could Have Been a Dreamer, awesome song as well, and When a Woman Cries, which is awesome. So yeah, absolutely amazing album. And this does get a bit of hate from people, but I just love it. Really great. So that's Dream Evil at number 3. Number 2 is going to be, I think, one of DIO's most underrated albums, and it's 1990's Lock Up the Wolves. This, to me, is a perfect album. Just amazing. I know I've not mentioned who's been playing on what album because it changes all the time and I wouldn't remember who played on what. But on this you do have an 18-year-old Rowan Robertson on lead guitar who just absolutely tears it up on this album. The riffs on this are just second to none. And if you're going to check out post-80s DIO, start with this one because it still has that 80s feel, but just with that heavier and more technical guitar playing. So check it out. Lock Up the Wolves, that's my number 2. And yes, you'll have guessed it by now, my number 1 is Last in Line. Just amazing. This is my go-to DIO album with songs like We Rock, The Last in Line, I Speed at Night, One Night in the City, Evil Eyes, Mystery, Egypt, The Chains Are On. Just great songs, and that is just classic DIO. It was really between this and Lock Up the Wolves, because Lock Up the Wolves to me is a perfect album. But the songs on this are just superb. The ones I like, they're some of my favourite DIO songs. So that's why I had to put this at number 1. So that is my DIO ranking. I know some of you are absolutely fuming, but you can let me know what you think in the comments. You can even give me your top 10, top 5, top 3, top 1, whatever you want, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.